What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for you rascals and rapscallions out there. As always, I hope everybody's having a great weekend, watching some spooky movies and whatnot. And I got to apologize for not putting out a video this past Sunday. Truth be told, I've had a pretty hectic past couple weeks. The last month, for that matter. Anybody that's been watching my latest videos know I've been dealing with this foot injury. And this past Saturday, I went up to Mayo, Michigan for an IWE show. I wasn't cleared to wrestle, but I did some manager work and everything. And it was a fun time seeing all the boys, entertaining the crowd and whatnot. But I got home super, super late. With everything going on, I just wasn't in the mood to record a video Sunday morning. And just to update you guys on everything else going on, this past Tuesday was my birthday. It was a pretty awesome birthday, if I'm quite honest, everything considered, and it being on a Tuesday. But the very next day, we had to put our dog down, which was quite the bummer. But, she was getting old. She has cancer, or had cancer, and she was getting to the point where she lost a lot of weight and was suffering. This is a picture of her right here. When she was healthy, she was clearly in the heavyweight division, and, her name was Gemma. We definitely miss her a lot, and it sucked to put her down, but I don't really want to make this like a downer thing. It was pretty tough the last couple days, but, I have faith that, she's in a better place now, and she's not suffering anymore, and we still got my cat, Benny, right here. I might as well show a photo of him as well. He is the man. That is my boy right there, Benny the Jet Cat Regas. So, yeah, named after the Sandlot and whatnot. But, in the words of Eric Draven, it can't rain all the time. I'm dealing with it, feeling a lot better because my ankle is getting a lot better. So my whole body's feeling better. I'm back to work, and I'm starting to feel like myself again and everything. And this upcoming Wednesday, I'm going to the Fillmore in Detroit to watch my favorite band of all time. I've never seen them live, NoFX. Their final show ever in Detroit. I'm so excited to see that. There's a couple of the other wrestlers I work with that are going to be up there. Just my only concern is with the foot. I think I'm going to sit at the bar or whatnot with the first couple acts. And as bad as I want to get in the mosh pit, I think I'm just going to try to get to the front of the crowd and lean on the rail. That way I can have some support on my foot. And trust me, guys, I've been going to punk shows for, over 20 years at this point. I am the king of getting to the front row. I can make it happen. And on top of that, I am making my in-ring return for Super Shogun Wrestling Samurai Slam on the 24th against old school Rick Cardi, which should be a good old fashion Japanese style slugfest. So I'm stepping into his world with the Japanese style wrestling. But, I have a lot of fun wrestling Rick Cardi, and I think we're going to have a banger of a match. Feeling good to feel healthy. Feeling good to be back in the ring. But anyways, that is my long rant. Sorry to go on and on, but I try to be transparent with you guys. Anyways, to the title at hand, as you guys can see, we have a physical media update video, which is my favorite type of video to make because who doesn't like physical media? So I have VHS tapes, Blu-rays, 4Ks, steelbooks, box sets, all types of stuff. I believe 15 releases in total, but with multiple titles scattered across all these releases. And some of these are what I showed in my Motor City Nightmares haul, which I'm sure some of you guys haven't seen. So I'm just going to show you guys everything I picked up in the past month or so. So anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this. I have 2 VHS tapes. The first one is one I was surprised to hear being released in Walmart, a VHS tape, Terrifier 2. And I heard a lot of people telling me, don't buy this on eBay. They're going to restock it. You guys don't know my Walmart. We are lucky enough to have this horror section and even get the steelbooks. I wouldn't say the ghetto, but it's definitely not an area where they're stocking 4Ks on the shelf because they're flying off the shelves and whatnot. So I ended up paying almost double for this, including shipping, and I'm happy I did it because this still hasn't been restocked. I absolutely love Terrifier 2, and I cannot wait to see Terrifier 3 in the theaters. It's going to come out sooner than later, I believe like early October. So excited. I hope they can follow through and do as good as they did with this. I've at least heard Damien Lowenny, I can't say his name all of a sudden. He says there's a more brutal scene than what was in Terrifier 1 and 2. So I'm anxious to see that. And, if I can find a second copy of this, I'll definitely pick one up because, I want to open one. I wouldn't mind keeping one closed, it's a collector's item. So Terrifier 2 on VHS. The next up, we have one I showed off in my Motor City Nightmares haul. This is The Thing. And I ended up talking to the guy that sold me this through Instagram because I didn't know what the exact deal was, even though it's right on the cover here. 82 slip, 84 tape. So apparently this is the original slip with the second print of the sleeve itself. So excited to have this. You know, The Thing is in my top 2 favorite horror movies. Top 3, I'd say. Return of the Living Dead, The Thing, Dawn of the Dead 78 are my top 3 favorite horror movies of all time. So excited to have this in my collection. One of my all-time favorite movies. You know, I bought 2 different kind of like converter. I bought a converter aux cord to try to hook my VCR up to my TV. I tried 2 different TVs. It won't work. And I have an old school TV, so I bought the old cords, and I just cannot get my VCR to work. So I think I'm going to end up having to bite the bullet and buy a whole new VCR TV combo on eBay eventually. Anyways, I have a couple Walmart pickups right here. You know, I'm not going to upgrade every single movie that I own to 4K. And I only want to do that for really badass editions or some of my favorite movies of all time. So I had to pick this one up on 4K, the Walmart 4K Steelbook exclusive. If you guys didn't know, this is one of my very favorite non-horror movies of all time, one of my favorite movies of all time. Amazing soundtrack, amazing story. Tom Hanks is great in this film. And this is a pretty cool set because they must have had the extra CDs or whatnot they couldn't get rid of, because this is a 4-disc set. 4K, Blu-ray, 2 CDs, plus the digital code. Like I said, I love Forrest Gump. Such a great movie. One of my all-time favorites. So that's one I had to upgrade to. And I almost couldn't find this movie. I thought I lost this one. But I ended up picking up Mars Attack with that like Walmart exclusive steelbook. I almost picked up Twister too. I'm not the biggest fan, but I've heard the 4K is one of the best 4Ks ever put out. So just wait until I decide to buy that one, if maybe the price goes down a little lower. But I haven't seen this movie since I was a young lad. And super excited to check this one out again. Tim Burton, I believe. Speaking of Tim Burton, you know, Beetlejuice. I'm pumped for this. You know, and I have an interesting thing I was thinking of before. Granted, this is a little more sci-fi than horror. I'm going to put this on my comedy section of my shelf. And this is kind of a video I've been thinking about making for a long time. Like, where do you divide the line between a horror comedy and a comedy with horror in it, if you know what I mean? Because I have like Scary Movie 1, 2, and 3 in my comedy section, but then like Shaun of the Dead in my horror section. So, you know, if you guys got any opinions on that, like how you categorize that, let me know in the comments. And like I said, if you're interested, I might make a video talking about that. And right here we have The Belle of the Ball. This is one of my favorite releases in a long time. I know a lot of people were bitching about like the sleeve, the case, and it should have had a better treatment, which I don't disagree with, but I still love this very much. This is the 6-movie set 4K of the Rocky collection. You know, I showed this off in a video like right when I hurt my foot, and it's funny, I had all this time staying at home laying in bed, and I couldn't get myself to watch any of these movies because I was so down the dumps not being able to walk. Like, last thing I wanted to do was watch a movie about somebody with like motivation and training. Like, though that would have worked for me, maybe then, just not being able to walk, I couldn't really do anything. But I'll tell you guys, I watched all of these. Every one of them are amazing. I would love to do like a Rocky ranking sometime eventually. I grew up on these movies. I love them so much. I'll say right now, I think Rocky Part 1, after I watched them all, I always knew it had the best story, the best drama. I think that's the best movie out of all of them. And then Rocky 2 looked absolutely amazing on the set. I almost got like, well, I did get like teary-eyed during the fight scene, the rematch with Apollo Creed, because it looked so good in 4K with all the colors and everything. It looked like it was a modern movie made to look old, rather than an old movie upgraded to look better, if that makes sense. And Rocky 3, who can complain about that one? It has the most action in the entire movie, with Rocky winning, going on a win streak against these bums, losing to Clubber Lang, you know, going on to get the rematch and everything, plus the fight with Thunder Lips. And I would say, obviously, Part 4, the one I rented the most as a kid, the most montage-heavy one, which I watched the director's cut, the Drago cut. Awesome. And there's a documentary on it and everything with the set, which is great. I've seen things I've never seen, obviously, with the cut. Just, it felt like a whole different movie with Part 4. And then when it comes to Part 5, a lot of people don't like it. I love Part 5. I love the street fight at the end, you know. Touch me, I'ma sue. Sue me for what? Or the best line, you know, my ring's outside. And then Rocky Balboa, I probably haven't seen that since when it first came out. I might have seen that in the theaters. I'm not quite sure. I don't remember. But that movie started off so depressing, but ended up really good. So I had a blast with all of these movies. I love them. And I gotta say, why did Apollo Creed have to fight Rocky in the gym? Was it because he was officially retired? because he was younger than Rocky in the movies. He should have gotten a rematch, the rubber match. And same with Clubber Lang. Where are these rubber matches, Rocky? Come on. Stop ducking people. So anyways, I got 3 right here. I'll show you guys all at once. So my birthday was Tuesday, like I said, and my family always asks me what I want for my birthday and Christmas. And, you know, to be humble about it, I have a pretty good job in my shoot life. You know, could be better. You know, it's a labor job, so I definitely work my ass off. But my point is, when people want to buy me gifts, I always decline because, you know, I don't need much, you know, besides movies and records. Like I live a pretty humble life. I grew up on punk rock. Like I don't need anything expensive. I just like things kind of simple in a lot of ways. So after I got done watching all 5 of 6 of the Rocky movies, I said, you know, if you guys want to grab me something, you can all throw in on Creed 1 on 4K, Creed 2 on 4K, and Creed 3 to have the entire set. When these movies first came out, I had no interest in these. I was like, oh, they're just going to reboot the Rocky franchise, a cash grab and everything. But once I got done watching all 6, especially Balboa, which had like the newer theme, I had so much fun with them. I said, okay, I want to watch the story keep going. Granted, at this point, all 3 have come out and have pretty good reputations about them. So finally decided to give these a chance. I haven't watched any of them yet, but, you know, the first one seems pretty fun. You know, Apollo Creed's son meeting up with Rocky to try to get the Eye of the Tiger and win the heavyweight title. 2 seems like a lot of fun, especially after watching the Drago cut, because it has, you know, you see Drago and Rocky in the background, and Apollo Creed's son has to fight the man who killed his dad, or Drago's son. So they have to fight each other. Easy for me to say, right? But, you know, this one looks amazing. And a good friend of mine, Jeremiah J. Hughes, was telling me about Creed 3. He said this is the best one. The only one I got with a slip, even though they put the damn sticker on. You bastards! But this seems fun. It reminds me of, like, with the Clubber Lang aspect of just having this raw, strong guy, because this is like his friend he trained with when they were younger, and he ends up going to prison. He gets out and he wants a piece of him. So all 3 of these actually seem like pretty much a lot of fun. I wish I had slips for all of them, but that's pretty satisfying to have that. I have all of them on 4K now. Okay, now to some titles that I showed you guys previously on my Motor City Nightmares haul. So I'm not going to talk too much about these. I go a little more into detail with that haul. This is the Return of the Living Dead Part 2 media book from Germany. This is the first one I've ever owned. But look at that artwork. And like I said, I still haven't found out the answer. If this has the original Return of the Living Dead 2 soundtrack on it, let me know. Because I heard there's an alternate soundtrack that's way better that you can get with a DVD, or if you watch the French version. And I'll straight up just open this up if it has the original soundtrack on it. But if not, I'll probably end up buying the DVD. But that artwork is so good. Like, slap that on a shirt. And a couple more I grabbed from Motor City Nightmares. School Spirit, which is just a raunchy teen sex comedy. Something that wouldn't work in 2024, where the kid gets killed, he turns into a ghost, and he's pretty much a peeping Tom in the girls' locker room and all that. Just raunchy 80s teen sex comedy with a bunch of titties. You know, it's pretty much all I know about it. So, I mean, look at the back. That looks like fun, right? Party time. And one I had to upgrade. I talked about this before. I'm the biggest fan of these chunky boxes. Certain titles I think should get these that haven't got the treatment, but my 3rd copy of An American Werewolf in London with the chunky box, the 4K. One of my all-time favorite horror movies, my favorite werewolf movie. And, you know, I told the story in my haul video about how I had a region-locked Blu-ray, so I got a region-free player after I bought the Blu-ray from Arrow, which the original one would have worked. Plus, it's a 4K player, so I could have just gotten this the whole time and been cool with it. But, you know, can't wait to see how this looks, because, to be honest, the Arrow Video Blu-ray looks really good. Gonna have to rewatch that sooner than later. Now, here is one that I upgraded. I actually never opened the Blu-ray of this, but you guys know how the sickness can go with upgrading some stuff. And I was skeptical, easy for me to say once again, on, like, animation in 4K. But after I watched, like, the new Mario Brothers movie, the new Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, the colors and everything looks great. Cartoons look awesome. And I probably wouldn't have upgraded this and some people are going to hate on me for this, the slipcover haters, because I'm kind of in the middle. I don't really give a shit if I get a slip necessarily. If I can get one, cool. If I have one slip with a series and the rest don't, I'd like them all to have continuity, you know. But this slipcover of the 4K of South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut, I just love that for some reason. Them all sitting in the movie theater, that just looks so cool. And it's crazy to think South Park is still around right now, because I remember when this came out, I was in elementary school when South Park debuted. And, I grew up around the time of the Attitude Era, so South Park was really big, and this is when the movie came out, I think, like, around the time season 2 or season 3 of South Park, so very early on. Yeah, 1999, so this would have been around season 3. And, I can't wait to watch this one. This is a lot of fun, Eat shit, you donkey raping shit eater. I heard a rule that, like, you can't swear in the first minute of YouTube videos. Maybe I'm late to the party, but I'm like, man, I've been swearing in these videos forever, at least in the first minute. But anyways, I'm ranting and rambling on. That's how you guys know I'm feeling better, health-wise and everything, mentally. Can just ramble on and joke about random bullshit. So here is a version of me not upgrading something to 4K, because I know part 1 is getting a 4K upgrade very soon. But these last 2 movies are 2 I bought the night of my birthday. I had a couple people over, and after they left, I had a little extra fun money, and I spent it. I bought 2 Blu-rays, and one of them that I bought was the 2-pack collection of The Addams Family and Addams Family Values. This reminds me of the John Mulaney joke where he's calling Blockbuster Video. Do you have Addams Family Values? Look, lady, we'll tell you when we get it. But I don't know, certain comedies, like, especially, is this a Tim Burton movie? Honestly, I'm not quite sure. But this is a movie that would probably benefit to a 4K just because of all the colors and everything. But, to get them both in the Blu-ray, Blu-ray's fine. And I think this is good enough for me, especially getting both of them at once. It wasn't too expensive. I think this was like $10. So I haven't watched either one of these in a very long time. I watched them all the time as a kid. So both the Addams Family movies. Excited to check those out. And last but not least is one that's probably went in and out of my Amazon cart for the longest time, and I finally pulled the trigger on that. This is the Final Destination 5 movie set. So this might have been Wednesday or Thursday. I don't remember. I woke up, and I was playing on my phone a little bit, and something popped up on Facebook, and it was like, Final Destination Part 5. The wildest twist ending. One of the wildest twists at the end of a horror movie. And I don't remember ever seeing 5. So I looked up the clip, and I seen the ending of the movie. And it was pretty cool, and it got me thinking, this is one I've been meaning to get. I wouldn't mind rewatching these. I grew up on the first couple. They were pretty badass, and, like, maybe the ultimate villain or killer in a horror movie, right? Death. How do you escape death? And you guys know I'm just kind of a sucker for, movies, horror movies, teen comedies from the late 90s, early 2000s, just that time capsule. Any of the movies around then, Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legends, stuff like that. So I decided, why not finally grab this? Once again, just like the Addams Family, I don't think this was very much. And another set of movies I don't feel the need to upgrade to 4K. A lot of these packs are pretty damn good where you can get like all 5 and everything. So I have Final Destination. So with that being said, those are all the movies I have picked up. Excited to check these out. Looking forward to watching them soon. I took Wednesday off for the NoFX concert, and I took the following Thursday and Friday off, so maybe I'll hop into some of these. I've been finally getting to the Ocean's 11, 12, and 13 4Ks. I watched Ocean's 11 last night. Looks a little dark on the movie at certain times, but nonetheless, pretty good looking 4K and fun movies with some fun twists and everything. But with that being said, probably not going to pick anything up for a couple weeks. I know on the 27th, there is a ton of really good releases coming out. So I'm just going to have to, do a little research and make sure I pick up what I want the most and everything. But other than that, I hope everybody's having a good one. Let me know in the comments what you guys have watched recently. Let me know what you think of these pickups, what you think I should check out. Let me know what your favorite Rocky movie is. How about that? Other than that, like I said, hopefully everybody's having a good one. And I will check you guys later. Blood, Guts, Gore.